For the coach, Roberto Martinez, who will start. Jurgen in front here, Jurgen Geril.
Hi, Jurgen. 6 months before the World Cup, do we need to worry after this?
No, it's not. It's not 6 months. 6 months in time, but it's in international days. It's 17 days, and that's the reason why today we had a game where, if you want to blame anyone about the result, you have to blame me. I didn't play the game just to win these 90 minutes. I played the game to try to prepare the team for the World Cup. So we got players that they haven't played minutes. I thought we started the game very, very well. I think the first 20 minutes we were very strong, and then when it got demanding, we couldn't cope with the tempo, the intensity. I think we had too many players that, for us, we were try to build them in this block of 4 games. So I think I didn't allow my players to be able to challenge for the scoreline. We created good enough chances, we created chances, but we couldn't cope with being able to defend at the same level. We conceded too many chances. That's not normal in our team to have so many shots on target and the opportunities, but then we didn't fail to face the adversity and carry on fighting until the end. Normally you get a 4-0 result and then all of a sudden the team collapses and it doesn't want to be involved. Far from that. And we scored a goal at the end. So there are many things that they were clear today of what we have to do. As a team, we cannot come together and expect to win a World Cup. As a team now, we know that we have to work in many aspects to be able to be at our best. And today I got a lot of information from my players and what we need to do. And if you want to blame anyone about the scoreline, you can only blame myself because I didn't allow the players to win the game in that respect. I played the game with an eye to try to build the team to the World Cup.
More vragen? More questions? Bart?
No.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Bart. Yeah.
Yes, Bart.
It seemed that after, obviously, Lukaku, his injury was a big blow, but also afterwards it seemed difficult to find a plan B or a way to make the team more stable. And there was a time where, in the second half, where you get many goals in a short period of time.
Yeah.
How do you explain this?
Well, I think there are few aspects. The goals arrived. Probably the first goal for Holland arrived in a perfect moment for them. I don't think they had a difficult game, even though physically I thought they were stronger than us. And then the second goal is a big blow for us. And I think it motivated probably 20 minutes that we couldn't get. We were doubting. We left too much space open. And then we finished the game a lot stronger in that respect. But as I say, I think we played against a group of players that they were all fully fit, that they were full of match fitness. We had a team that we got a really strong pool of players, but we need to make sure we bring players ready for the World Cup. So I cannot. Would be very wrong to try to play the game for today and then forget about the big issues that we have to address before we go to the World Cup. We got 4 games, 1 week in September, and then we're gonna have a little friendly that you can't really test yourselves. I think we got a lot of information. I wanted to see Leandro Trossard in a big game. I always thought, obviously, you don't want to lose Romelu Lukaku, and we saw today that when Romelu is not on the pitch, we have to find other ways. And Leandro has shown really good moments in other type of games. I think it was good to see him today. We've seen the opportunity of seeing someone like Amadou Onana. I thought he showed signs that they could be very helpful for us as a squad, a very different type. So that is a combination. I tried things in the middle of a game that it was quite demanding for us physically after conceding the first goal, and we couldn't find that physicality that is needed.
Romain?
You just spoke about Onana. Can you go a little bit further in your analysis of his game? What did he bring?
Well, I think Amadou is a strong personality. I think you saw straight away, and that's something I wanted to test, to play at home in front of full house against the derby, and it didn't faze him at all. He's a big presence in midfield. He's got a real good technical ability, good close control. He can run with the ball. He can advance the team higher up the pitch. He's a big presence, and he's someone with an incredible personality. He never hides from the ball, and from that point, I think he can learn a lot with this group of players. I think it's a profile that is very interesting for us.
Wouter Smit, Sportza, in the back. Yeah.
Is this for you a reason to think certain things over, or is
No, I think it's a needed wake-up call for everyone. We all know that we got a lot of work to do, but you can only go to the World Cup to face teams like the one we face today, a team that is well organized tactically with things very clear, technically level of the team and the players really strong, but they make you difficult to find the possession of the ball. We need to be 100%. We need to be 100% physically and at every level. We need to be able to compete, and that's what's important. That the selection, obviously, I will have to take those decisions, and I'm going to take those decisions at the end of testing the team. I can only test the team facing games like Holland, home and away, Poland, home and away, that for different reasons will be as challenging, and Wales, home and away. So I think those are the games that I'm going to make sure that we get the right squad, the right balance to go to the World Cup. But we've been together now for a long time, and I need to be careful that I just don't think that certain names can be ready for the squad. We need to be tested and make sure that everyone is ready.
We finish with Ludo.
Hi, Ludo.
How is Lukaku doing?
It doesn't look good. I think we'll need to wait probably 48 hours to do an MRI scan, but I doubt that he'll be involved in the rest of the camp. But that's just me giving you a bit of a knowing Rom and knowing that he never comes off for a knock on his ankle. It was a twisted ankle. And we need to wait until the MRI scan, really, but I would be surprised if he makes any of the games left.
And will you be praying for Hazard and Lukaku to be fully fit for the World Cup?
I think we need to be realistic. Every team needs the most influential players fully fit and ready, and we are not different. But I think for us, a positive today was to have players with certain minutes, to be able to have a Thomas Meunier that he hasn't played at the end of the season, to be able to work with Torgan Hazard in training, to be able to have Axel Witsel playing minutes, to have Toby Alderweireld after his season finished 5 weeks ago, to be able to get Eden Hazard 45 minutes, and we'll build it up in the next few games. Those are the aspects that we got an eye on. We didn't come to this game to win just the game. Of course, we wanted to win the game. Don't misquote me. We wanted to win the game, but at the same time, we wanted to win a lot of little battles, because I've got the responsibility to prepare this team for the World Cup, and I've got only 17 days with the boys.
How's your feeling about Eden Hazard?
I was very, very impressed in the way that he played free, no pain. It's the first time that he could check, he could go inside, outside. The amount of, you could see, was clearly an instruction to stop him very early and test him, and I thought he came through that with little protection from the game and the referee, but I thought he looked sharp. Obviously, he hasn't got much fitness. I think is normal, but what I saw is very encouraging.
Last two questions. First, Dutch media. Yeah.
You're an admirer of Dutch football, Johan Cruijff, the way they used to play. What do you think of the Dutch team and the way they are playing? Do you think it's realistic, or
What do you mean realistic?
they play in a different way than we used to play?
No, I think what we always, I know that what you're trying to ask is the system. The system, I think in the modern game, systems are just in relation to where the ball is, what the type of the opposition. I think nowadays we need to have flexible players that they can play multiple systems and different tricks. And what you're looking at this Dutch team is that everyone is comfortable on the ball. Everyone can wait and suck pressure out and play through lines and have that personality. And I think that's the elements and the DNA that you can reflect in Dutch football. I wouldn't go into a debate about systems. And in the modern game, we need to be looking at the style of play further away from the system. There are concepts that is wanting to be on the ball, being brave, taking responsibility, being able to play through the lines, and I think this Dutch team, you saw it today, they've got that. They made it very difficult for us to have easy possessions. They made it very difficult in those sort of situations. So it's a very strong team.
Very last question for Jonas Bernard.
Hi, Jonas.
Just a quick question about Dedrick. It was a very tough game for him, especially on the second goal. Did you talk with him? Do you want to talk with him about that, or it's just his job? And
No, of course, I think we always assess every performance, but I think Dedrick has been such an incredible emotional roller coaster with this club. At the end, he achieved his objective. He's been a real captain for Hertha Berlin. Today is a football game. and he will learn from it. I don't see that as probably I'm more concerned about other aspects, the way that we should have defended in the middle third sometimes, than just errors that they could happen in a game, mistakes happen in a game. I will never judge a player for making a bad decision or an error. It's more about what you bring over the 90 minutes, and I think we all need to improve from the performance today.
Okay. Thanks all. Thanks,
Thank you.
Coach.